Hey everyone, Summer with Astaria Sen, and I am going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm doing for an unasked for VR to Tarot Magpie. She did a video recently about mind mapping with the tarot, and I pulled some cards out to kind of try this out, and I told her I was going to try it out too. She has such unique ways of reading tarot and putting it to paper, and I just love it. Like, I've done several little things in my journals because of her over the last year or so. Anyways, so the idea is that you mind map your reading and you're looking for, I'm not really good at mind mapping. I think the last time I did any kind of mind mapping, I was in like junior high. And that was forever ago. So I'm kind of just spitballing it, going off, what I remember, what I kind of looked up, and what she also said in her video. So anyways, she just pulled cards randomly. I will leave her original video down in the description so you can go check it out yourselves. But I actually asked a question for mine, and it was, what can I expect for October, right? Because it's October. So these are the cards that I pulled out. So these three right here are from an oracle, and these ones are from tarot. I was just playing with it, trying to see like what I would like and what I wouldn't like. So the idea is that you start like grouping them together and finding commonalities between all of them. Now, I've actually been sitting with these cards for a couple of days because this is not a process I am used to. And when you're not used to thinking in these terms, you kind of draw a blank and you're like, oh God, what is that supposed to mean? So this is one of those things, like, I know I'm going to have to stop this video at some point so that I can transfer over to my journal. But for now, I'm just going to talk about the cards and the commonalities that I see. And then we'll move forward with the journaling, mind mapping part. Okay, so first off, like I said, I've been with this for a couple of days now. So I got the star card, and you can see the birds up here. You can see stars, you can see clouds, you can see, sky and leaves, grass, tree, obviously, right? Star cards also, in my opinion, very much full of hope and goodness, I guess. It's my favorite card. Okay, and then I've got harmony. And here we've got some great colors like these. There's definitely a clash in colors. So this is like greens and blues and yellows. And this one's purples and pinks and browns. So that's definitely a clash in color. Her eyes are closed. Hers are open. You've got flowers, which I don't think we have flowers on this one, but we have buds on this one. We do have leaves on this one too. And we do have like sky and like semi-star looking things. And this says harmony, which kind of goes with the star card for me. This is the other one. That's the oracle. This is nourish. And so this one right here, you can see a snake hanging out in the background. So there's the greens that's like going into this card. There's also some fruit, some vines, some leaves, stars, moon. There's like darkness, right? Which is like a contrast almost to the light, but it's a middle ground between the two of these cards, right? So far, all three of these have leaves in them, and all three of them have a face in them. So there's that too. Yeah, so we'll keep going there. And then this card right here, we have this little hedgehog here. We have a little mouse down here. There's a hole. There's a skull. Some leaves. Hey, look at that. We've got some leaves going on right here that are dried leaves. What else? We got some empty pots. He's got some wings on him. What else do we got going on? We got some wood stuff going on over here. Oh, in here you can see the grass, you can see the sky, and you can see some more like leaves, which definitely goes with the sky, goes with these two cards, this card right here for sure. And the leaves go with all three of them. There's also a face, so it goes all four of them. And then you move into the Ace of Swords, which kind of almost seems like it's like an outcast card, but it's not. So right away, I can tell you there's birds in both of these cards. There's the sky in both of these cards. There's the grass in both of these cards. And like the stand-up part in both of these cards is very there. It's also very regal. There's also a couple birds down here in this statue. grass, mountains, leaves. Okay, so green and blue, which is going to go grass and sky, because you got sky in this. And birds, like if you want to talk about birds, so there is a feather right there, and he also has like bird-like wings. So that's interesting, right? This one doesn't have birds in it. This one doesn't have sky in it, but it has the leaves. Again, this one doesn't have birds or sky in it, but it has the leaves. So all of them have leaves in them. So that's like the biggest thing that I noticed between all of them, is that every single one of them has some form of leaf in them. So it's maybe it's very grounded, a very grounded reading. I'm not really sure like how to process all of that, but that's where we go into like the mind mapping, and we're gonna go into like the actual meanings of the cards. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch you around, and we're gonna work on some mind mapping with this and kind of move forward with maybe some card readings and see where this takes us. All right, and we are back. I took some time to look in the book at the cards and also take a picture of the cards to get them in my journal so I can do some mind mapping. I did the trying mind mapping with tarot reading, and I'm gonna do it sideways because I have more room that way. See the difference? And I took the picture, I cut it down, so I'm gonna use this and just kind of come off of it, I think. And I got all sorts of like fun pens and colors to play with, and I'm gonna start off with a pencil just in case I mess up or because I don't like something and I can switch it around, which shouldn't be a big deal. My cat is meowing at us, not that she needs attention right now anyways. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stuff that I found out with the cards. Okay, so we already know that some of the connections are leaves, birds, sky, stars, faces. We got the clashing of colors, between dark and light, and even greens and blues that come together, right? Okay, so first off, let's start with the aces. The aces are a beginning of something usually, and swords tend to mean like communication, mental stuff. For me, it's kind of like poking up through a crown. So it's almost like mental clarity in my opinion, because of the crown being the top of the head, right? And the sword is slashing through. Like there are clouds in the background. So I kind of feel like there's a mental clarity that's happening, which makes total sense if you're looking at the skies, because that sky is open, right? And this sky only has like a little bit of cloudy stuff in it, but the rest is all very, very open. And even this is a moon up in the sky technically, and there's no clouds in it. So really there's like a mental clarity that's going on with that. And swords, an ace of swords also could be like a quick response rate, right? And of course my reading is about what can I expect for October, right? So maybe there's something that's going to happen in October that I'm going to need a quick response for, right? So then we're going to go with the star card, because these two kind of go together, right? So stars it's a hope card, right? It's a hope card. But look at her. She is growing. These things are growing out, which means she's gotten nourishment, which is this right here, right? She's gotten the nourishment that she's needed. Maybe these storm clouds are going away. It rained, and through that storm, she's growing out. And maybe she's being nourished, so this nourishment comes into play. She's even looking off to everything, and there's a full heart thing going on here, and the stars, and she seems very confident and very comfortable in where she's going. Sorry, my cat is literally an elephant, which means that each time the camera moves, it's because she is literally trampling through the living room. Okay, moving on. Let's go into nourishment and what the book said about nourishment. So the nourishment is obviously, it's talking about the nourishment of your body, of your mind, of your environment. And so you can, this can be like something like, okay, so what am I going to grow from this month? Maybe it's something I have to make a quick decision on that's going to help me, grow. Or maybe there might be a little bit of a storm that a quick decision is going to help me, get past it. And this nourishment, right? Because she's looking at nourishment, she's looking towards nourishment. Maybe this nourishment is something that I need to question, like what is nourishing me? Am I getting the nourishment I need in my life or my body to continue moving forward? And I really like that, especially with the leaves and the growing, right? So we're growing. This is all stuff down here. Like if you really think about it and like want to set this up, this is all stuff down here starting to grow. This is growing. This is growing, right? All right, so then let's move on to Harmony, which is the other one. And these are already grown. These flowers are already grown. It doesn't mean they're not continuing to grow, but they've already bloomed. Oh, Cat, we are gonna go some rounds. What a little brat. Oh my goodness, what a little brat. Okay, anyways. So Harmony, this is like harmonizing of life, right? She's tranquil, she's calm. This is like a full moon. Something has come into full circle. They've all grown, they're flowered, they're blooming, they're in harmony with each other even, and there's a balance in the coloring even, right? There's a harmony, a harmonious balance, a cool balance that's going on in there. So maybe I need to consider what is flowing well in my life or not flowing well, right? Because we're growing, but what's flowing? You know, am I actually syncing up? Are things coming into a balance with nourishment in my life? So maybe, especially for like October, am I missing this harmony in October? You know, maybe this storm, this mental clarity, this thing I have to break through to grow from. And, you know, maybe I need some nourishment and some balance, some simplicity in my life to kind of, you know, make things a little bit easier this month, which kind of makes sense because I'm going through a lot this month. And then the last one is Guardian. And then, so, I mean, look at this guy. He's trying to guard the place. The place is not well kept, really. And there's keepsakes in here. There's things people have just forgotten about, right? There's things that are just kind of everywhere. And that's like a rat poison almost. And there's, you know, the dead mouse here. So he's definitely protecting his friend from whatever's going on over here. And he looks tired. He looks like, oh my gosh, I've got to continue to protect these people. So, you know, there's this idea maybe like when you're guarding something, it becomes a lot if you're doing it all the time, whether you're guarding yourself or other people, right? And so this card has a lot to do with protection, you know, for yourself or others. It has to do with, you know, speaking out. So, and then, you know, it has a reversed meaning as well, which I looked at because I feel like you have to look at the whole card in order to do mind mapping. And so if I'm looking at the reversed meaning, because the book gives reverse meanings on this particular oracle, you know, it's the idea that all of these things are not safe, right? None of the items in this rundown place has been even kept safe. So maybe there's something I'm not keeping safe this month, or maybe I need to keep safe and take a look at. Maybe I need to watch out for secrets or something like that. I mean, you know, there's a lot of variations that can come into play for October. So I'm going to set these aside and we're going to see if we can figure out how to actually do the mind map. Okay. Let's see. I want to go with, I think the leaves are a major part of this. So I want to take the leaves and I'm just going to draw a leaf right in here, okay? Maybe like a little vine. Oh, Cat, I swear, she is so mad at me for being on the phone instead of paying attention to her. Like, that's what she's doing. I think I don't want the leaf to go this direction. I think I want it to go another direction so that it like flows down. So that's what I could do. I can take these as like vines mixing together, right? All right, so that's what we're gonna do for like the leaves for now, okay? And then what we'll do is, I guess what we can do is we can take, if I take these three, let's start with the faces. And we're gonna do, you know, just the average face thing going on over in here. Kind of just mingling together. don't know why I want to use an arrow, but I do. Okay, so we're going to arrow them out into faces. And then we've got all of these coming out into the bird form over in here, like wings. So how do we draw a bird? Do we just go like, does that work? Does that work as a bird, guys? I hope that works as a bird. Which, you know, birds, they represent what? Flight, right? What else do they represent? They represent freedom. You know, they can kind of soar and do their thing. What else? What else can we go with that? Birds, sky, flight, feathers. I'm not sure what feathers represent, so we're gonna wait there. We're gonna go with leaves, and we're gonna write the leaves down in here. And leaves are like growth, right? And then we have like change in season. We can see in the leaves, right? So we got growth, change in season. We'll put that in there. What else we got going on? Stars. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of stars in these, or at least 2 of them, because you got the star card. I know this one and this one. And let's see, what else? That one did not have any stars. This one kind of has stars, so we're gonna go with it. And we're just gonna make this like star thing. Which stars are, you know, they shine, right? They're bright, they're light in the darkness, right? What else are stars? Wishes. People wish on them. Wishes, right? We're gonna go with that for that. And just like keep going here. Okay, so then we're gonna work on the sky part, which pretty much most of these have the sky in them. So wee. I don't really know how to do sky. So I'm just gonna write sky in here. And what can I pull off with sky? Like the things that I could pull off with sky are like wide open space, right? What else? Possibilities. Sky can represent possibilities. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. Holy cow. I don't even know what to do with this. Yeah. The mind map thing is harder than I expected, but fun kind of at the same time to kind of try to see like how they all like move in with each other. So the faces thing, I'm still having trouble like coming up with words for, like how to represent the faces. Faces could be like people wear them as masks, right? So that's important. When somebody shows their face, it also feels like they're being seen. So maybe being seen is there. So let's go with that, right? Let's go with that. And then, you know, just looking at the whole, you know, look of all of this, maybe this month, you know, I'm gonna have to make some better decisions, and I'm going to have to weigh some things out, you know, possibilities, you know, what I actually want versus what I don't want. Am I lying to myself? Maybe these faces have something to do with me lying to myself. And what do I actually want? Like these wishes here, what do I actually want in order to grow? So this can move right along into growth, right? And then, the lying to yourself can kind of like mix in here with the wishes, right? Pretty easy. Being seen and open spaces, those definitely go together. The freedom and the open spaces and possibility is definitely playing part in that. And then the sky, the sky involves the sun even, right? And the sun helps things grow, which then pulls you right back into that growth with the leaves. So how interesting to see everything like starting to come around together, right? And kind of play out that way. So that's very, very interesting. So yeah, this was interesting and kind of fun to do and experiment with. And I think I do want to do that more again. I think I do. I might write down in here what my actual like October was like after October gets over. So hey, how much fun is that? So thank you guys so much for being here. And what I'll do is I'm just gonna record me adding things to make it look all pretty. So if you want to continue watching, please do so. I will just make a little music to go with this and be quiet, and we can do our thing from there. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a very great day.